This is the Shotgun City Sheriff, the law himself, Clayton Clark.
This is the young titan, Aaron Atlas.
Hey, this is Matt Brannigan.
This is the war-bound hellhound, Bo Sword.
This is your favorite drunken pro wrestler, a.k.a. the Bud Light brawler, Dalton Davis.
This is Lizzie Six.
This is Jake Something.
And this is the jaw-jacking, back-cracking, God-created all men equal, and then he made me the sequel, Rohit Raju, and you are listening to the Spot Show Podcast.
Spot Show Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast.
Spot Show Podcast. Hell yeah.
The Spot Show Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast? Yeah, that's right, I stuttered. Shut up.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spot Show Podcast. We are an independent wrestling podcast with a few pit stops along the way. How's it going? I am the Carson Daly of professional wrestling, the Dr. Seuss of the commentary booth, Dickie Wabash. This lovely, lovely gentleman sitting right over here, that is Michael Madrox. He goes by many names. The One-Legged Wonder, used to be the One-Legged Boy Band. No, that's not it. The one-man boy band, brother. The one thing, the one-trick pony, all of that. I don't know. I don't necessarily want to call you a one-trick pony.
I was never a one-trick pony.
You are pretty well-faceted.
A jack of all trade, a master of nuns.
Hey, there you go. Or none. I don't know why you plural none.
I don't know either,
nuns.
Dude, but you
I'm
know
the
what?
master of nuns.
Nuns.
Let's go. Let's go. Well,
Stop making me Catholic.
I don't know about all that, but who boy, is there an elephant in the room that needs to be addressed straight off the bat?
Does it have to something to do with your ace in the hole getting sidelined for 3 months minimum?
So for those of you that listened to last week, I'm assuming it was most of you, or have been on our social media, we are currently in the middle of our premium live event draft. What we did, we picked 12 WWE wrestlers, and based on their performances on pay-per-views, we are going to be getting points, winning matches, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Many people have made the argument here that Michael Madrox has the better team.
Everybody except your mom.
Everybody except my mother. There have been people that have actually come out and said, no, your team is not that bad. The problem is, though, my first pick, when I got to pick, was Rhea Ripley.
That lasted all but a week.
She didn't even make it to the first pay-per-view. And now, this puts us in a predicament because I don't think that we officially decided how we were going to handle injuries. I think that the way that we should do it is you have one of two options. You can either keep them and tough it out and hope that when they come back, things are going to be Gucci. Or you can drop them, but you have before the next podcast to drop them. And then in that case, you can pick up a free agent, which is essentially someone that's not been drafted.
I'm okay with this.
So I think that's what we're going to do.
Just to make it more fair.
Because like my team, I will already admit, my team is already, I feel like, not worse than yours, but I think that your team is better. No, it's just, I don't know what it is, because I don't think I have a bad team. I just think in comparison, I am already limited because of who I have and what could be happening. Like, you were smart by taking both heavyweight champions from the very straight away.
Oh, yeah.
Because, for those of you, Madrox, you got the first pick. You took Cody Rhodes. Very smart. However, I did read a report that Cody Rhodes might not hold on to the title very long so that they can build up more of a story. Wishful thinking. Dude, there's this random page that, like, I keep getting suggested on Facebook, and it's always just, like, wild speculation, and they report it like it's fact.
I get the same one.
Is yours in Spanish?
Yes. You have to translate it. Yes.
Yeah.
And then you go to the comments and I can't understand anything.
It's all Spanish. Yeah.
Yes.
It was one of them, like, it was like literally after we did the draft, it said Sheamus is officially going to AEW, and it's like they just teased that he's coming back.
Yeah.
But no.
Speaking of Sheamus,
Yeah.
Can I drop him? To me, he's injured.
Why? What is your issue?
My
with
Sheamus
right
does not wear biker trunks.
That doesn't mean that you should drop him, though.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
I wanted my Celtic Warrior.
How is this? He's coming back out to. It's a shameful thing. Lost your head.
It's not the same, man. Seeing him come back like that, I'm just like, oh.
I genuinely have no idea. First of all, I don't know what like that means. What does like that mean?
In the biker shorts, out of shape, the worst shape of his fucking career.
Okay. Can I be 100% blunt with you right now?
Yes.
You have no fucking room to talk about how someone looks with their shape.
Hey, fucking round fake leg is a shape.
That's not what I'm talking. You're not round. You're a fucking beanpole. You look sick, Chuck. You look sick.
I'm always fucking dying, brother.
No, you have no room to critique how somebody looks.
No, but like that's not my
like me
Sheamus.
looking at Finn Balor and being like, he's put on a little bit of weight.
No, but like that's not my fucking Sheamus, man. It's the biker trucks.
I don't understand your argument. Just because he's got biker trunks, you don't want to.
He's not
going to
give me the points. No.
Well, too bad. You're stuck with him unless he is injured. Then
he's going to AEW. Then I have to drop him.
Yeah, if he does go to AEW, this is true. No, so here's how we're going to handle this. I've made my decision on what I'm going to do with Rhea. I will let you know by the end of this podcast.
Oh, you're going to make it set and fester, huh?
Yeah, I was going to wait until next week's Podski. I didn't know if I wanted to say Podski or podcast, so I stumbled a little bit there.
So what are we going to do with Drew McIntyre's contract running out here in 5 weeks?
If Drew McIntyre's contract runs out, then that again opens me up for
another free agency.
Yeah. That because I was thinking about that too. Like we never really covered that. Like what if someone gets released or doesn't sign or whatever? I mean, I feel like Drew McIntyre is going to sign, but
he's got to. He's so hot right now.
Yeah, but I think that that's how we handle like a release, an injury. Because still we're leaving it out there. Like if it's an injury, if you think they're going to be back in, no time at all, go ahead and keep them if you want.
If a person's like, oh, I'm going to miss 2 weeks because of broken finger and miss a pay-per-view, I mean, I don't see a reason for dropping the person then.
Well, I don't think I'm in a position to take that hit because I need as many points as I can. So with that being said, I have made my decision on Rhea Ripley. You will know it by the end of this podcast. Before we get too far into this, I want to let everybody know this episode of the Spot Show podcast is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling and you, who we're going to hear a little bit more about them later. Of course, unless you head on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios. You back us at that almighty $5 and above tier. You're going to get this show completely ad-free. But listen, that's not all that we offer over on the Patreon. We've got really cool exclusive MadBash wrestling stuff over there. We've got really cool stuff in general on there. That $10 tier, you get past Bash. Take a look at my past in content creation. We've got old podcasts, old videos, old Let's Plays, all sorts of stuff from Dickie Wabash's past. And speaking of the Patreon, exclusive announcement right now. This is official. We are making the announcement. You've seen Ascend the Throne Round 1. We're going to get into Ascend the Throne Round 1 a little bit here in a second during the plug skis. But when can you see the finals of Ascend the Throne? When can you see Chris Cutler make history? May 3rd over on the Patreon, exclusively on the $5 and above tier. You are going to get to see Ascend the Throne. 5 action-packed matches with exclusive commentary. I got to tell you, this is one of the most must-see shows in independent wrestling, and you can see it over there on Patreon. But here's the thing, I understand. Maybe you don't want to back us on Patreon, but you still want to see it. You can still buy the show. We're going to have it on our digital storefront where you can purchase the show. But maybe you don't have the extra money that you can toss our way. Hey, I get it completely. I understand completely. We go through what the American dream called tough moments. So here's what you can do. You can still go over to patreon.com. You can back us completely free. You're still going to get really cool exclusive behind the scenes photos. You're still going to get access to be able to see when stuff is posted, all of that stuff. Or you can go over to our YouTube channel, MadBash Studios on YouTube. MadBashStudios.com. That's going to give you the portal to everywhere that you need to go. Head to your favorite podcasting platform. Leave us a 5-star written review. We definitely appreciate that more than anything. We just love the support, guys. But again, the big one, patreon.com/MadBashStudios.
Dickie's on fire, baby.
How's that for a shocker to come out of here just straight out the gate, brother?
May the 3rd, huh?
May the 3rd, we're going to be dropping Ascend the Throne. I'm officially dropping Rhea Ripley, and I am picking up Solo Sikoa.
Oh, that's not even the end of the podcast yet.
You heard it. I told you, sometime during this podcast, I am dropping Rhea Ripley, and I am picking up the tribal chief, Solo Sikoa, on Team Wabash.
That could be good. That could be bad.
I like to play it fast, and I like to play it loose, brother.
Because, I mean, he's on, 0-32 right now?
Things are looking up. You got Tamatonga there now. He's the new tribal chief. You know there's probably going to be a him versus Jimmy match or something at a pay-per-view. There's a win. Who knows where he's going to go from here? I see maybe a mid-card title run for him, something like that. Who knows? Who knows? That's the beauty of it. Truly, who does know? But he is my tribal chief, and I acknowledge Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa, welcome to Team Wabash. I hope that you can
pick, man.
Hope that you can lead me to victory.
I mean, spoiler alerts, we kind of discussed it a little bit when you were tossing around who to pick, and I highly suggested Solo because I was like, damn.
Yeah.
They're pulling the trigger on this guy.
And see, here's where the beauty of this is. 6 months from now, we have free agency.
Mm-hmm.
We each get 3 people. Since you got to pick first, that means I get first pick in free agency.
You're just making these rules up as you go.
I'm not making these rules up. I think that's fair. That's fair. I get the first pick in free agency, so mommy might be coming back home. Who knows? I don't know. But here's what I do know. Here's some plug skis for you guys. You can go on over to that YouTube right now. We have Ascend the Throne. Round 1 is available for you to watch. Watch the beginnings of the Ascend the Throne tournament, and dare I say, some of the best matches that I have ever seen. And if Ascend the Throne Round 1 is that good, I can't even believe and imagine what everyone's going to say whenever they see Ascend the Throne proper. It's incredible. You can go over to the YouTube channel right now and watch Ascend the Throne Round 1. We got some upcoming dates for you guys as well. This weekend is going to be a big one. April 20th, MadBash is hitting the road to Ascend Pro Wrestling. You're going to see the Clydesdale, the Bud Light Brawler, the Rizzled Veteran, and the Madman of MadBash, the Sultan of SWAT, Shank Barzini. We're going to be there as well. We are going to be supporting the brothers as we come to Ascend Pro Wrestling. I got to tell you, we are going to be seeing the official tag team debut of Drunk Justice, and I'm excited for that one.
I'm very excited
Drunk
for that
Justice versus the Tragedy Boys? You kidding me?
You know what else I'm excited for, though?
What are you excited for?
I'm excited to go see some new talent.
Exactly. Scope out some people.
Absolutely,
you never know.
man.
We are ever growing here at MadBash, and it's good to be a little talent scout ski for a little bit, sit back, relax, watch the show, see what we got going on. But hey, there ain't no rest for the wicked, because April 21st, MadBash is hitting NVW in Danville, Illinois yet again. Dalton Davis is going to be in action. Clayton Clark is going to be in action. Oliver Kane is going to be in action. And friend of the show, Brian Parker, is going to be in action. He's going to be facing Oliver Kane, actually.
There's going to be a lot of twists and surprises at this show.
I got to tell you, I'm actually really looking forward to Positive Vibes Only Brian Parker versus Oliver Kane. I think that's going to be kind of a sleeper match. I think that's going to be one that you probably don't want to miss. I'm really looking forward to that one. Also, we might be filming a little something on that show.
Dun, dun, dun.
You never know. We always got the camera going, but hey, we got one more date for you guys. Saturday, April 27th, Elite Pro Wrestling in Odin, Indiana. MadBash Wrestling is coming correct with two 2 of them. We got 2 of them. 2 match of the year contenders. I'm shooting the shot already. I'm calling the shot. I'm telling you, these are going to be some incredible matches. We've got Clayton Clark, the gatekeeper of MadBash Wrestling, facing off against Burn, Aaron Atlas, the young titan. He's a man of many titles, but the fact is he is stepping into the ring under the MadBash banner for the first time. Let's see what the gatekeeper says about that. But that's not all.
That is not all, man.
That is nowhere near it. We have got the outlaw of MadBash himself, Johnny Poke, stepping up against the hidden crown jewel of MadBash, Chris Cutler, for the MadBash Wrestling Championship. And who boy, that is, it's Cutler's first defense, and boy does he have his work cut out for him.
It's history in itself, brother.
It's the first ever meeting between these two, first ever MadBash title defense, first ever time you're seeing the MadBash title at EPW, first time ever you're seeing Chris Cutler at EPW. Guys, you aren't going to want to miss this one. April 27th, Odin, Indiana, the Odin Community Center, Elite Pro Wrestling Cross MadBash. We're going to be there. Shout out to Ascend Pro Wrestling, New Version Wrestling, and Elite Pro Wrestling for having us. We really appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely, Dickie. See, you think it just stops there, but the 28th. I gotta take little Logan Madrox to his filming debut.
Yeah, let's keep some of that under wraps right now, because I don't want to blow anyone's spot right now. But yeah, there's some friends of the show that are going to be doing a little project ski, and Logan Madrox is going to be involved in that. So shout out to Logie. Shout out to Logie
Big things
Bear.
Coming for you, man.
How much does he hate Logie Bear?
I don't think he really hates it.
I'm going to start calling him Logie Bear.
He just rolls his eyes and doesn't care.
He hates Lolo, though, right?
Yeah, Lolo.
I'm going to start calling him Lolo.
Lolo Bear.
But see, the thing is, though, knowing him, he's not going to speak up and say anything to me.
No, he's going to sit there, shut his mouth, and be humble.
Yeah. Yeah. Michael Madrox, Esquire.
Esquire? When did I get rich and famous?
No idea. That's not what Esquire means.
I've watched Bill and Ted. I know what it means.
Esquire means that you're a lawyer.
Does it?
I think so. I think it went to law school, maybe.
I don't think Bill ever went to law school.
I don't know. I don't really know.
I just go back and watch the movies.
Or we just don't question that I said it. Anyways, we got a little subject ski for this episode of the Spot Show podcast. What do you think about that? We are going to be taking a look back at something that I think that you and I are pretty well versed on. You know, back in my day,
we've dabbled.
Back in my day, I was considered a stick man. I was considered very good on the mic. You were considered very good on the mic. Not saying that we're the authorities here, but I think that we
shook up the Midwest.
We know what we're talking about when it comes to good promo skis. So with that being said, we are going to break down what we think are not only the best talkers in professional wrestling, anywhere, even on our level, but it's just some of the best promos in independent wrestling. And I think that's a pretty good little topic here, because, you know, like we said, we both got the gift of gab. We both really like to spit our game, or we did back in the day.
Spit our game.
Yeah, I mean,
dating show.
We've caused riots, you know, with our words. But no, man, like I think that, like, you can be an incredible wrestler all you want. You can have in-ring, you can have all that. But if you don't have the charisma to back it up, you still have a chance, but it's going to be harder.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that really the promo is kind of an unspoken thing when it comes to wrestling. Which is funny. I just said that. It's promo's unspoken.
It's the yin to the yang, man. Like, you could be a great wrestler, but you can't have a promo and you could burn for it. But vice versa, you could have a great promo and be a horrible wrestler and still get over.
So then let's start with that right now. Who is someone that you think all they were was a promo?
Enzo Amore.
Thank you.
Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. How you doing?
That's all Enzo Amore ever was. He was just a promo.
I mean, he got taken from a viral video clip and got a job for it. Just for talking.
And that's it. You know, Enzo was good on the mic, but
he's going to bury us on his podcast now once he hears this.
Yeah. I think that with his in-ring work, I mean, I think it was pretty apparent that like he wasn't necessarily the best, but again, it's like
he knew enough to get to the point where he got over.
Yeah.
Like he was okay at it. Like what he lacked in ring, he could make up for on the stick.
And just because, it's funny, me and some friends talk about how the algorithm listens to everything. I guarantee you, our phones are both in this room. It's listening. We are going to get recommended the Simon Gotch buries Enzo Amore video. I guarantee it.
I got that after we worked with Simon Gotch.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I was like, come on. I got to ask you about it. And we talked about it for a minute. But he is still a very angry man about Enzo Amore. But
all the right in the world, brother.
No, I'm not faulting him. But it's just, did I ever tell the story of Enzo Amore cutting in front of a buddy of mine at Starbucks?
I don't think you did it on the air.
Okay, so I had a friend at the time, I haven't talked to him in years, but he went to Full Sail, and this is around the time that NXT was like really starting to, it was the peak NXT, whenever it's like, we are Full Sail, we are NXT.
The good years.
Yeah, and he was in line at a Full Sail Starbucks, and he got cut in front of by a wrestler. And he texted me and he said, "Hey, who's the wrestler that has the leopard print in his hair?" And I said, "It's got to be Enzo Amore." I sent him a picture and he said, "Yeah, that's him. Fuck him. He cut in front of me in line at a Starbucks." And then I told him, I was like, "Dude, I wonder how many like wrestlers that I'm a huge fan of that you just casually walked by when you were at Full Sail," because it's like, oh, hey, look, it's Bailey, Finn Balor.
Fuck that guy. He cut me in line.
Bo Dallas or whoever, But yeah, Enzo Amore, I think that he is a very good litmus test for, it's like, yeah, he got over because of his character work, and that's obviously why they pushed him, but it can only take you so far.
I mean, if you look at Enzo, I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this one, but this is just a hot take from Michael Madrox.
Yeah.
You kind of got to put Roddy Piper in the same fucking category, man.
Really?
Piper had the fucking stick, golden. Piper's in-ring work, passable.
Man. That's a tough ski. That's a pretty tough ski.
But
I don't know, man.
You think back to Piper's like greatest moments, they're all the microphone in his hand.
But that we don't have to look at just moments. Like, look back at his matches.
Yeah.
Like, can you name like 5 really good Roddy Piper matches? I probably can.
I can name one.
War to Settle the Score, him and Brett from Mania, the Hollywood Backlot Brawl, the Dog Collar match, him with
And
Greg the
Greg
Hammer
Valentine.
Valentine, and then number 5. That's a tough one.
Him versus Hogan in 95, baby.
No, it was 96. God, what would be the 5th really good Piper match? I'm probably missing like a blatantly obvious one, but yeah, like that's the thing about Piper is that I'm going to kind of disagree with you a little bit, because I don't think that you can compare Piper to Enzo.
No, I'm not trying to do that, but I'm talking about like the same type of category where the stick work overshadows the ring work.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll agree with you on that one. I will definitely agree with you on that one, because I think the thing is that we're blatantly saying Enzo Amore was not a good wrestler.
Yes.
But we're saying Roddy Piper was passable. Like, he was a good enough wrestler, but he was overshadowed
Absolutely.
by his mic work. And that is, I will agree with you on that one, actually. I don't think that's too terrible of a hot take.
I know, but you know how tribalism is with all my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, God forbid that you do something like that. I think someone else, and this is going to be a weird one, because his promos were only really, and you be honest, like, don't do a bit here, be honest.
Okay.
His promos were really only good because of how bad they were. And Scott Steiner.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
Scott
man.
Steiner's promos, like, overshadow his in-ring work, like, you specifically his TNA ones.
Especially Steiner Math.
Steiner Math is in the annals of professional wrestling history as the greatest promo of all time, but it was not good. It was just him fucking rambling. And another one that you think of in terms of good promos is that Main Event Mafia promo where they're all sitting in the ring on the director's chairs and he's talking about Samoa Joe and he's ranting and raving. They're like, he just pauses and goes, he's fat. And it's just because that one, you think of that one too. But
absolutely, man.
Yeah, Scott Steiner is definitely one that and he's another one like Piper, where it's his in-ring work, he's not bad, but it's just you look at his promos and he's more known for his promos.
I mean, Steiner, dude, young Steiner couldn't cut a promo.
Oh, not at all.
Couldn't fucking talk, but I'd be afraid to fucking stand across from him in the ring.
And what's funny about that is that they were literally just talking about that on that WWE's Most Wanted Treasures.
Really?
I watched the premiere of it, and they do stuff with the Steiner brothers. They get their varsity jacket, headdress, shit like that. And they're talking about Scott, and they cut to Eric Bischoff, and he's like, before he became Big Papa Pump, he was just not good on the mic, and he would stumble and mumble, and then he becomes Big Papa Pump, and he's just a completely different promo.
That's what the gimmick brings out in people, man.
Yeah, and
another guy, if you don't mind me taking the lead here.
Go right ahead.
Horrible on the promo stick, but contagious enough where people want to replay those through the history of professional wrestling. I'm talking about fucking Sid Vicious, bro.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though, is that, and we got to watch it. I know that I brought this up, and this is the subject that we're currently talking about, but it's these aren't good promo. The last two that we just named are not good promo guys. They're terrible promo guys.
But at the same
they're
time,
still their promos.
They're living through their damn promos, though.
I have half the brains that you do. Oh, my God. Yeah, or the one where he came out Goldberg and he's and he's all
jumping on the smash car.
Jumping on the smash car and shit. Fuck yeah, man. Sid was good, but objectively really, really fucking bad. His tweet to Jordan Grace that he sent a few months ago lives rent-free in my fucking head, by the way. It's one of the most just out-of-pocket things that an old-timer has said to a present-day wrestler.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Marty Jannetty could top it somewhere.
Oh my God, Marty Jannetty. Fucking Marty Jannetty.
But these are bad promos, but dude, these guys are going to be known forever because of these promos.
Yeah, for good or bad.
We have to include them in this conversation.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, it'd be so easy just to go through the list and be like, Dusty Rhodes, one of the greatest fucking talkers ever.
Yeah, and that's not what I want to do here. I want to kind of deep dive on these guys. Let's go with Dusty for a minute here.
High times, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I reference him all the time on here, and I think that that is something that I think kind of goes without saying, is that it's sure, we all say hard times and shit, but you really kind of need to take a step back and realize how important those promos really are to the zeitgeist of professional wrestling. And we're going to get
multiverse.
Yeah, we're going to get more into it. But we're going to focus on Dusty right now, but there's those, and I'm going to tie Flair into this too. I'm going to tie Flair into this because I feel like Dusty and Flair are both essentially the same person when it comes to the promo.
I would have to throw Harley Race in that.
Let's throw Harley Race in
Make it a three-headed monster,
yeah,
baby.
but the main reason I mentioned Flair specifically is that, and Race doesn't really, he's not germane to this part of it, but we can get back to Harley. There's how many, there's TikTok accounts, there's Instagram accounts that are no context Flair, no context Dusty, and you can take snippets from their promo and tie it into anything.
Tie it into events for today.
Yeah, and make memes out of it. It's it's me getting ready to hit the bathroom after I just slammed Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to be back, baby. This is going to be a hard one. Just
Yeah.
something like that. You look at it and it's just man, these are promos and these are key things that truly transcend the promo itself, because
and transcend the person.
Exactly, because again, hard times, like, people, you say hard times, people know that you're talking about Dusty Rhodes. And
you say Space Mountain, people know you're referring Flair.
I've the 7-time world's heavyweight champion. You're talking about Harley Race.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think that era of promo, because those were the old NWA style where they're set up at the podium and they're there talking. Like, how many iconic Ric Flair promos have you seen with him in front of that backdrop? Like,
exactly, and it transcended to WCW, the same setup.
Yeah,
like, man, it's crazy. I think for like that time period, like the early 80s, like the NWA period, everyone was relating with those guys because either, hey, you're the blue collar guy like Dusty and Harley, or you're the rich flamboyant guy like Ric Flair. And they captured everything that was going on in the world around them and brought it to the television screen.
Especially Dusty, because Dusty was able to, like, again, the Hard Times promo, we keep bringing it up, but it's like, that's the promo. And, he talks about, he's speaking to the common man. Like, he's like, look, I know what hard times are. I know exactly what you're going through. Those are hard times. I'm here for you. I hurt for you. I'm going to be...
We hurt together.
We're in this together is a very good way to put it. But I'm going to be that proxy that you can exist through while I do what I got to do.
Exactly, which ties into like the whole Stone Cold thing.
Perfect segue, brother, because that's the direction that I was wanting to go in. Like, you look, like, I really think the best Stone Cold promo is, honestly, it's got to be the Austin 316 promo.
Hands down, man.
Like, how could it not be? But, I mean, you look at some of the stuff that he was saying, like in his feud with Bret Hart. Jesus, where you come out wearing that pink, Jesus Christ, Bret, we're wrestling, not ballet dancing, just stuff like that. Or when he was in the ring with Pillman and he said, you put an S in front of Hitman and you have my opinion of Bret Hart. It's just, and then you want to talk about that period. Frustrated isn't the goddamn word for it. This is bullshit. Like that Bret Hart era, he was cutting some really good promos too.
They brought the reality to it and everyone could fucking relate.
They did. And it was that start of the Attitude Era, but at the same time, that was almost damn near the end of the good promo. Because, like, you had The Rock, of course, but The Rock, honestly, here's a hot take from Dickie. I don't think The Rock is he's just catchphrases.
That's all he is.
That's all The Rock is catchphrases. Like, I'm going to give him his due and be like, yeah, you're fine enough on the microphone, but...
Catchphrases and insults only go so far.
That's all The Rock is. But you look at someone like Stone Cold who, another good Austin promo that I don't think people talk enough about is the Mike Tyson promo. When he gets in the ring and he says, right now you got your little beady eyes locked on the eyes of the world's toughest son of a bitch. And then he says, do I think you can beat my ass? Hell no. Do I think I can beat your ass? Oh, hell yeah. And then the shove and the pull apart. You ruined it. You ruined it. Benoit disclaimer. Vince.
Oh boy.
Vince is another one that, like, the life sucks. And then you die.
The Vince versus God promos, brother. Those were some great shit.
Now, here's where we got to differentiate some stuff right now, I feel like. Are we going to include vignettes as promos? Or not even necessarily vignettes, but like pre-recorded promos?
I think you have to.
Yeah, because him and Shane going into the fucking church. And him, look, I'm Triple H.
Spitting the holy water.
Blowing the holy water out. But to bring it back to Stone Cold, it's like it ties back into what you were saying about Dusty, is that was the common man. Like, this man, how many of you back in the day, still to this day, want to walk into your office, give your boss the middle finger, hit him on his gut and dump him on his chin. What? So many of you want to do that, and you can't. But you're using the proxy of Stone Cold Steve Austin, just like how Dusty Rhodes is going against the rich aristocrat, and you want to stick it to the man. Like, you want to be like, come on, we're just common people, you know. My job just got replaced by a computer. That's hard times. Like,
I had to sell my watch, baby.
Dusty is doing that for everyone. He's being like, look, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy coming out here, and you can relate to me.
When you look at their promos side by side, Austin 316 is just a TVMA Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And it got over with the next generation like it did back then. Because you need people to relate to. Think back to when you were a kid.
Of course.
You watched wrestling all the time, right?
Sometimes.
Did you ever really?
I've actually never watched wrestling. If you
really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Did you ever like sit around and be like, I want to do that? Just talking about like a move in the ring? No, you sat and you lived through the fucking promos where you're like, I want to do that when I grow up.
Yeah.
It's not about the moves. It's not about the fucking outcome, the win losses. It's what you can relate to and be like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't know that, or like seem to forget about that in pro wrestling.
I think so, but to bring it back also, it's like it's also got to be that perfect mixture, because at the end of the day, yeah, it's wrestling. You got to have your shit together, but also at the same time, it's like your common everyman is not going to be able to get in that ring, so they're going to be able to relate. It's a soap opera is all wrestling is. And like if you have really terribly written dialogue, I'm going to turn it off. But if you have really good, well-crafted dialogue and promos and stuff, something to keep you sucked in, there you go. It's off to the fucking races.
Roman Reigns.
Exactly.
Signifies that whole category you just described.
Exactly, because when they were first trying to shove him down our throats, and he's the big dog, and he's doing all this.
Suffering succotash.
Roman Reigns' best promo. And it's got nothing to do with the tribal chief. Surprisingly. Don't get me wrong, there was some good shit. Roman Reigns' best promo. He's in the middle of the ring after WrestleMania. He just beat The Undertaker the night before. And people are going nuts. They're booing him. You get the fuck out of here. Boo, we fucking hate you. You're being forced down our throats. And he just stands there and he says, he stood there for a good, probably 5-7 minutes. Just boos raining down on him. He opened the show.
Yeah.
He's
the
just
20-minute segment.
He's just standing there. He just simply says, this is my yard now.
You forgot a key component for that promo, brother. While he's standing there, he looks at his hand and goes, I got you. This is power.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Didn't even say it in the mic, just loud enough where the camera picked it up.
Yep.
And everybody was eating out of the palm of that man's fucking hand.
And
that
then
night.
he said, like I said, he goes, this is my yard now. Walks out of the ring. And that's all you needed.
A promo doesn't have to be like a whole fucking hour-long story either.
No.
There's great promo guys that don't have to say anything, and it adds to the story.
Yeah. And I also want to throw out there too, guys, like there's people that we obviously want to acknowledge, just like our tribal chief. I mean, we're not going to really, spend it just dissecting every single person that ever talked into a fucking microphone in wrestling. But like, you got to give it to someone like, like Jake the Snake, like a Paul Heyman, or, managerial mouthpieces like Cornette, or just anyone really. Like, there's obviously going to be people that we're not going to be able to cover because like you really can't. And like, Hogan, Macho Man, cream of the crop is one of the best promos ever. When he's just pulling out fucking creamer from his fanny pack and putting it on his head. And he's like, I'm the cream rises
to the top, brother.
Yeah. He's the fucking best. Like even superstar Billy Graham back in the day.
Oh, dude.
Like Nick Bockwinkel. Shit like that, dude. It's like, my God, like there's so many people that we're not going to be able to cover because we would be here for 7 hours. And like, but there is one person in particular that I think that we do need to spend a little bit of time on, because dare I say, his promos have literally changed the landscape of professional wrestling. But we're going to hear about that after we hear a word from our sponsors. This episode of the Spot Show podcast is also brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling. Here's the thing about Elite Pro Wrestling, right? You have them to thank for the Spot Show podcast in many different ways. Elite Pro Wrestling gave MadBash Studios our first opportunity when we decided to come back into the wrestling business. So Elite Pro Wrestling is one of the OG backers. We love Elite Pro Wrestling so much. They are putting on incredible shows every single month. You should absolutely be there, whether it be in Odin, Indiana, Washington, Indiana. We would love to see you in the crowd there at Elite Pro Wrestling for every single thing that you need to know about EPW. Head on over to EliteProfessionalWrestling.com. There you are going to find dates, events, links, everything that you need to know about EPW. Thank you so much for being a day one sponsor, EPW. We very much appreciate it. This episode is brought to you by Yoo-Hoo, a product of Keurig Dr. Pepper. So here's what I want you to picture right now, right? You're on a long road trip, you're driving along, and you're thinking, man, I could really go for a nice, sweet, refreshing drink. You pull into a gas station, and the first thing you see is Yoo-Hoo. And I gotta tell you, grabbing that Yoo-Hoo, that's going to be the right decision every single time. Yoo-Hoo is available in a variety of flavors, vanilla, strawberry, but here at MadBash, our personal favorite is chocolate. I'm going to tell you about Yoo-Hoo a little bit more, right? We absolutely love this stuff here at MadBash. We cannot get enough of it. And you know what? We're going to sweeten the pot a little bit here thanks to Yoo-Hoo. If you see us at a wrestling show and you buy a MadBash wrestling sticker, you are entitled to one free bottle of Yoo-Hoo on MadBash Studios. Limit one per customer while supplies last. Now, come on, guys. You can't beat that deal with a stick. Again, MadBash would like to thank Yoo-Hoo so much for sponsoring this episode. I'm just going to say one simple phrase right now. And by me saying it, you're going to know exactly who I'm talking about. Obviously, Madrox, you will know who I'm talking about because it was in the show notes that this is who we were going to talk about. But for everyone listening at home, all I have to say is, do I have everybody's attention now?
Are we going straight to the Cookie Monster?
No, we're going to Dickie Wabash because Dickie Wabash actually said that in a promo one time. And dare I say, Dickie Wabash is one of the best promos in the Midwest.
I actually had Dickie Wabash and the Defenders of Pro Wrestling on my list.
Oh, did you really?
That CWF promo, brother.
Which one?
The first one. Just going out there shitting on everybody.
Yeah, but that's another thing too, is that it's like I was out there shitting on people, but I wasn't just out there.
You invoked a reaction
fuck this guy,
around multiple states, though.
Yeah.
You drew the people in. That's one of the best promos, like, locally that I've ever witnessed live.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I was just joking. Like, I really wasn't trying to segue into talking about me.
No, but that legit was one of my notes. So kudos for that.
I wish there was still footage of that promo. The promo was basically like, CWF is back. Here's CWF. I don't even know why we're here because the best thing to ever come out of CWF is Dickie Wabash. And then I don't do this. I don't do this. I don't need to do this. Here's what makes me so good. And then I ran it down and then I was like, here's what makes Jason V so good. We are the defenders of professional wrestling. We are here to defend professional wrestling. And we've talked about the defenders ad nauseum, but that's actually not my favorite Dickie Wabash promo.
Your favorite's the in-ring with John Stone?
No, because looking back on it, I really fucking hate that promo now. It should have been so much better, but it really wasn't. No, my favorite promo that I ever did was a promo against Josh Steele.
No.
Yeah, that's the promo where I started. Do I have everybody's attention now? And for the most part, I only stole two things from that promo. I stole Do I Have Everybody's Attention Now, which was from CM Punk, and then I did the I Am the One Who Knocks speech from Breaking Bad. But for the most part, the rest of it was just all me. And it was like a 9-minute promo. So the majority of it was just me talking about, like, I get out there and I'm like, you all boo me. It was essentially me doing the why you booing me? I'm right.
Yeah.
But it was just like, you all boo me. It's like, because you think that I'm trying to hold Josh Steele back, but no, that's nowhere near the truth. I'm trying to help Josh Steele. I'm trying to show him the light. It's not my fault that you people can't see this. I don't know why you can't. I've tried. I have tried. Believe me, I have tried. And Josh Steele, and then it's just me talking about him or whatever. And then I ended that promo by like, just being like, Josh Steele has got all the potential in the world. I said, but it all starts at home, and it all starts with the foundation. And considering how Josh Steele turned out, I am glad that Papa Steele is standing right there so I can look you dead in your eyes and say that you and your wife are failures as parents.
I bet they love that.
They had to hold him back. But no, yeah, the Dickie Wabash, the Dickie Wabash promo, like, I felt like I was pretty good at promos, but like I would borrow from things sometimes, but I think we all do in a certain degree.
See, that's why I had to include pre-tape, because my fucking kidnapping promo, one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I was going to bring that.
One of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, where you literally got cops called on you because people thought that you had truly kidnapped this poor woman and were going to set her on fire.
That's a great work, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good promo. The Michael Madrox kidnapping promo is a really fucking good one. But no, the real thing I wanted to talk about, you got to talk about Chick Magnet Punk, because as overused and cliche as it is now, and he jumps back and forth on if he even likes the term or not. I think recently on Chris Van Vliet, he said he liked it, but he's gone on record before and said that he fucking hates it. Pipe bomb.
Now, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the over-realized WWE pipe bomb?
No, because I know what you're going at.
Okay.
No, I'm saying the WWE pipe bomb, because if that pipe bomb had not been dropped, then CM Punk would not have become the star that he would have become, and then what happened to Punk in WWE would not have happened. And then what happened in WWE, then he would have not. It's basically, I think everything that has happened in wrestling in the last 10 to 12 years can be traced back to that fucking pipe bomb promo.
I mean, it got John Laurinaitis an on-screen role.
Yep.
It exposed Triple H and Stephanie and all that shit with Shane.
Yep.
It brought Brock Lesnar back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that promo itself was great, but it ruined a friendship.
Yeah. Ultimately, at the end of the day, because it all started with, like I said, with the pipe bomb, then it goes into Punk's run, and then goes all this, and then he leaves the company, then he does the Art of Wrestling podcast and causes everything to fucking blow up. And then it's just like, man, to see where we are, like, wrestling over the last 12 years, well, that was in 2011, so the last 13 years has been a fucking trip.
It's been one butterfly effect.
It's just been one butterfly effect, where it's just like, and they're like, I saw one of the butterfly effects was, it's like Jack Perry using real glass ends with Cody Rhodes winning the heavyweight or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird shit like that. But no, let's talk about Punk, because like, I mean, not only are his promos just incredible, but like, so what Madrox was alluding to is the you silly old man, I'm a snake, whenever he won the Ring of Honor heavyweight title, and he's out there and he's talking, he's just like, oh, this is so great, and he tells the story of the old man who finds the snake and nurses it back to health, which is actually an old Jake the Snake Roberts promo.
Yes, it is.
And the snake ends up, he's telling this old man, why you doing this to me? I'm gonna bite you. I'm a snake. That's what snakes do. And then one day the snake bites the old man, and he says, you silly old man, I told you I'm a snake. The greatest lie that the devil ever told is that he doesn't exist. And all of you
MJF?
stupid people fell for it. And everyone's just like, oh my God. And then Punk turns heel, signs his WWE contract on the Ring of Honor Championship, which is goated.
And then takes off.
The original Summer of Punk. That's the Summer of Punk that I recognize. I don't recognize the WWE Summer of Punk.
No, because all
05
WWE
is the
did
Summer
was
of Punk.
take that original promo and that Summer of Punk and just turn it the dial up 10. But like for the hardcore wrestling fans that remember the ROH days, we've already seen that shit. So it wasn't that shocking for us.
Exactly. And that's what's crazy about it is that Punk, just every time that he gets the microphone in his hand, like something crazy comes out of it. Like even to go back, like the singing happy birthday to Rey Mysterio's daughter, or his coming out dressed up as Jeff Hardy and talking about how he's better than Jeff Hardy because he's straight edge. And like even his stuff, like let's even go back further, like before the silly old man I'm a snake, like his promos against Raven, where he's talking about how much he fucking hates Raven. It's like he's telling stories of alcohol. It's like, oh my God, like it's so good. And then it's like his promos, like again, they are some of the most influential promos in wrestling.
Do you want another Michael Madrox hot take here, though?
Go right ahead.
CM Punk recycles a lot of the same material over the years.
Oh, I'm not faulting. Yeah, I agree.
And especially from other guys, like the Raven promos. He carried all that over to the AEW promos.
Yep.
The ROH promos all in the WWE. And another hot take here, CM Punk on a podcast is more groundbreaking than any promo he's ever done.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at the Colt Cabana one, and then look at the most recent one he just did. He's getting more traction just talking on a podcast than he does with any promo ever.
Yeah. So then that brings up a good question, because Punk has been very adamant about this not being something that he likes to do. How do you feel about a promo being completely written out for someone?
Some people need it.
Some people do need it.
Some people do need it. And that's my take on it, because like just on the independent level, like, oh, you got 5 minutes, go out there, cut a promo before your match. I've been out there with guys and they, well, you know what? It draws nothing to it. Like if that guy would have like a script or bulletins even to get his point across, it'd be so much fucking better.
Yeah.
Not everyone can just go out there off the top of their head and create magic.
Even if you could, I don't know why I said could like that. I think I was going to say can and could. Even if you can do that, I mean, I still think there needs to be some kind of format.
Absolutely.
Like there still needs to be some kind of formula to it, because like you can't just go out there and fucking talk and then expect, like say you're doing a dueling promo, like Punk talked about it when him and Hangman, when shit went off the rails. Like Punk is like, he knew in his head how things were going to go and then went a completely different direction. So he's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here?
Yep.
Something like that.
It needs a layout.
Pretty much.
Which the promoter or booker should give you the layout for what he wants said during the promo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that anybody should go out there with a live mic and just wing it and hope for the best.
There are a few cases where I think people can pull it off, but not everybody.
That's a lot of trust to put in somebody in front of a live crowd.
Oh, yeah,
though.
it is.
Because one slip up or anything and you just ruin that whole night show.
Yep. That's a very good way to put it, because like, you know, you look at, the Roman Reigns and John Cena promo, which I still think to this day was a work, where Roman Reigns and Cena are in the ring and then he goes, well, second off, and then he like loses what he's going to say. And then Cena's like, hey, come on, kid, you got to learn how to cut a promo someday.
I don't believe that was a work.
You think it was shoot?
I think it was shoot, because that was when Cena's, I'm here, this is my shit. Like before The Rock, like he said, he's like, I had a chip on my shoulder. I'm here every fucking week busting my ass. No one else is stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, because he said in that promo, he told Roman, the only reason I'm here is because you can't carry the ball.
Yep.
And then that was Payback, wasn't it? Where they had their really good, that was a really good match.
I believe so.
Yeah, that was a very good match. But yeah, someone like Punk though, like I think that even though I just spent like 10 minutes talking about how good Punk is on the mic. I don't think that he's bad. That's not what I'm saying. But I also think at the same time, he could go out there and fart into the microphone and be the best promo of all time.
Absolutely.
Like, and that's
that
the problem.
tribalism, brother.
It's tribalism, abso-fucking-lutely. And here's another thing too: if you want to go ahead and defend CM Punk, he doesn't give a single solitary fuck about you. So why should you?
Absolutely.
You know, I'm just trying to
for a lot of these guys.
I'm just trying to illustrate a point here, dude. Like, if you like, it goes with any of them. Like, if you like are defend like, oh, these promos are so, it's like, no, it's actually really fucking good. It's a thing called being objective. You know, like, just because someone that you really like, just because someone that you really like went out there and cut a promo, that doesn't mean that it had to be good. Like, you know, Punk has had a few stinkers in the past. Like, I'm not.
That's like me saying that Raven went out there and killed everything he ever touched. Nope. There's been some bad fucking shit with Raven.
Yeah. I don't know. We kind of got off topic there about promos, but someone else that I really think is an incredible promo. I want to kind of go back a little bit.
I'm going back ski.
We're going back to our original topic. I think, I don't mean to offend anyone with this because I know it's still a very touchy subject. Bray was a better promo than a wrestler.
Oh, absolutely.
Bray was a better promo and character than a wrestler.
Absolutely.
I think in the ring, Bray Wyatt was very mid.
He was passable.
I hope that picked up on camera. My fucking ankle just cracked so loud.
Karma.
Oh my God. My ankles pop all the time, dude. It's called being fucking old. His promo, Mr. Fear, you are a liar. It's like, oh my God, like, that's such a good one. It's like, tonight, I truly do have the whole world in my hands. It's like, there's so many good
I would have rather
moments.
watched a Firefly Funhouse or a Bray Wyatt Louisiana promo than him in the ring any fucking day.
Yeah.
Any fucking day.
His first promo where he's got Eli Cottonwood in the background, he's like, let me tell you about, my name's Bray Wyatt. Mom and Daddy didn't think that I should go to school with them other kids. So I taught myself, started off with C-Spot Run and all this, and then it became the good book mostly. And then he's just like talking about like how he's taught himself or whatever. But
yeah.
And I'm not taking away from him as a person. I genuinely am not. Bray Wyatt is one of my favorites, but not because of his in-ring work. Name a 5-star Bray Wyatt match.
You can't.
Name a 5-star Bray Wyatt promo. Which one?
Let's see. We're going Wyatt family, The Fiend.
That's the point right there. I'm saying is that he's got so many 5-star promos that you can fucking go back and just turn one on and they're fucking incredible. The Firefly Funhouse segments are goated. The, you know, Swamp People era of the Wyatt family is goated. When he came back and he cut the promo as Wyndham Rotunda. Goated.
I mean, even like the shit back he was doing in FCW, if you look it up online.
Yeah.
Even before he made it big. Goated shit. Like, that dude could fucking talk his way out of fucking anything, man.
Yep.
But like in the ring, like you said, he's just mid. Like, he did have some spots that were cool to watch and shit, but like, you can't pinpoint a fucking 5-star Bray Wyatt match.
No. You can make arguments. I think him and Cena from WrestleMania 30 was really good. Him and Randy from WrestleMania was fucking awful. Both of them. But so with that being said,
but like, not to discredit Bray, like,
no, we're not trying to discredit.
We put it on the same fucking thing. You got to throw fucking Mick Foley in that category.
Yeah.
Great fucking talker. Name one 5-star match.
Dewey Foley is a 5-year-old boy, you sick sons of bitches.
Exactly.
Like, his anti-hardcore stuff as Cactus Jack was so good. Is so good. But yeah, we could go into talking about Foley now. Let's go
Cactus
talk about
fucking
Foley.
Jack back, dude. The 3-way promo he did with himself,
Yeah.
himself and himself, like, goated fucking shit right there, dude.
He was good. He was so good. And like when he was in TNA, like he had a really good promo in TNA where he's going into that King of the Mountain match and he's like, if I win this King of the Mountain match, I will defend this championship once a year. And it's like, oh my God. Like even his heel work in TNA where he was TNA champion was just like, oh my God, it was so good, which it was so out of pocket that he was fucking TNA champion in 2010 or whatever.
Well,
but
out of pocket seems to fucking work and it brings out the best.
Or
in
no,
all these
08.
guys.
I think it was 08. But yeah, I agree. When you do
they're
something.
not comfortable.
Yeah.
When you can get uncomfortable with your own fucking self, that's when like the best work comes out. Look at fucking Dustin Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
The Gold Dust promos, phenomenal. The fucking 7 promo, phenomenal. The fucking Black Rain shit, horrible.
Yeah, I think he'll even look back on that time period as though it's not a good one. But hey everybody, look at me. Oh, my name's 7, by the way. Like that
that's
one
iconic, man.
It was, but was it good though?
Yeah, it was very good. Go back and watch it back. It was a pipe bomb before pipe bombs were a thing.
A worked shoot, yeah.
It was more like a smaller than a pipe bomb here, a smoke bomb.
Yeah. So I think that we've covered enough that
I got one more topic before we skedaddle out of here.
No, we're not gonna, because I was gonna
Okay.
bring up something, but no, you go ahead and bring up yours.
Let's talk about the guys that don't need to say anything to cut a good promo.
Okay.
Like iconic fucking promos without any words being said. Beulah McKillicuddy in the ring, right?
Yeah.
I'm pregnant. Raven didn't say a fucking thing, turned to his best friend and started laying the boots to him.
It's Tommy's. Oh,
dude.
Yeah, let's not even do it. Let's not even say promos that don't have words said, like just simple fucking promos, like the Roman Reigns one. This is my yard now. Or Beulah saying, I'm pregnant. And like, oh my God. It's Tommy's. It's like, it's Tommy's. Fucking Joey Styles going, it's Tommy's.
Exactly, dude. Like that gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. And shit, like fucking Sandman, dude. Every one of his entrances I consider a promo, and he didn't have to say fucking shit.
That's a weird hot take, but okay.
He got fucking what, 10 minutes before every match?
Daddy, you're a dwunk. That's why I worship Wavin now. He worships me. Tyler.
Those were good promos, but like think about it, dude. That iconic entrance. That's basically a fucking promo on his way to the ring.
Like a vignette on the way to the ring, yeah.
He didn't have to fucking say a damn thing. Just smash a fucking beer can in his face and smoke a cigarette, and he knew a fucking ass kicking was coming.
Yeah, as fucking Metallica blares over the loudspeakers. Man.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, a lot of this is coming from ECW though, man. Like, you know, you want to talk about like those old school ECW fucking interviews. Like that was the Dewey Foley. It's a blah, blah. Or like whenever, you know, Stone Cold Eric Bischoff told his secretary to tell her secretary. Like that was another good one too. Or like, it's just that iconic yellow, blue, and red ECW backdrop that was in fucking Paul Heyman's mother's basement.
Yes.
And some of the best promos came out of there.
And like, dude, the ECW promos at the time were like so cutting edge and different because they brought the reality aspect. Because at the time when ECW started getting big, you still had dumpster guys and clowns in WWF.
Yeah.
And you still had Say Your Prayers, Eat Your Vitamins, Hogan in fucking WCW. And ECW came up and bitch slapped the whole fucking scene. Iconic promo, Shane Douglas after winning the NWA fucking world title.
Oh, how could we forget about that one?
Dad, this is for you.
Yeah.
This is for the Harley races. This is for the Von Erichs. This is for everyone, but not me. NWA can kiss my ass.
Yeah. It's just, oh my God. And you obviously paraphrased it there.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, they can all kiss my ass. And he just throws it. You know, like, how can we, like, there's, we're going to cover more of this on Paidski, I'm sure. But, like, I mean, we didn't even talk about Funk.
No.
Solitary Funk's best
Forever.
promo. Yeah, or we didn't even talk about two guys that are not cosmetically pleasing. The fucking Briscoes, like their fucking promos, like
This could be like a fucking 7-part series, like you said.
But I don't want it to just turn into, hey, remember when
Yes.
so-and-so? Yeah, that was really good. Oh, well, what about this person? Oh, yeah, he was really good
we could
too.
do that. I'm sure
We
the
could
fans
do
would
that.
fucking like it, and they'd all be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. But so I think that we've covered enough that, and maybe even people that we haven't even covered. Like I said, Funk, Briscoes. We didn't even really get into fucking really cover Macho Man or Hogan a lot. Or I'm not. Here's another little hot take for you. The Ultimate Warrior was not a good promo. You may look back on it and think that it's fucking funny because he's just spouting things.
You don't go to the rocket fuel, Dickie Wabash.
No, because that shit is so fucking overplayed. But with that, who is the greatest promo in the history of professional wrestling? Michael Madrox.
Personal opinion?
Just, it can either be subjective or objective.
I'm going to have to go with Raven, man.
That's subjective, though.
That's very subjective, but I have to go with Raven because the psychology he put in his promos made you believe everything he was fucking saying.
Yeah. But now take out the fact that Raven is your favorite wrestler of all time.
Now take out that fact. I would have to go with...
Let's go more objective.
I'm going to have to go with Dusty Rhodes, man.
Yeah, Dusty's up there.
Dusty could talk about anything. He can make you laugh. He can make you angry. He can make you cry.
It's called emotion. And that's really, at the end of the day, what we're going for with this thing that we call professional wrestling, is just getting that emotion out of somebody. And this is both subjective and objective. This is my opinion. The greatest talker of all time, and he's not even a wrestler. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. Heyman's the best promo of all time.
I mean, absolutely.
He's the best promo of all time. You took someone like Brock Lesnar who couldn't talk for shit
Give him Paul Heyman
and made him believable. Even when he was with someone who could talk, CM Punk, he was still great. Him being the wise man. And, that's a spoiler. Just saying that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. That's what he says, right? I always get that mixed up. I don't know if you want to consider it a promo, but his fucking Hall of Fame speech, dude, is just so good. It's the best Hall of Fame speech ever.
The most viewed Hall of Fame speech ever.
Yeah. And, I think that looking back at just in terms of what his promos have done and what his promos have established and what his promos have carried, how can you honestly sit here and say Paul Heyman is not the greatest promo of all time?
That's very true.
That's what I'm saying.
Changed the whole fucking generation.
That's what I'm saying. It's absolutely what I'm saying. His fucking promo during the invasion with Vince, that fucking 3-way promo with him, Bischoff, and Vince, whenever he's, talking about, the promo after Lesnar beat the streak where he's hyping up Lesnar. He's the best. He's the best.
He can take anything and make it fucking golden. Like, you can go out there and be like, put this broom over, and Paul Heyman make you want to buy 6 of them.
Yeah. Heyman is the best salesman of all time. You don't need a broom because your fucking floor's not filthy. Oh, but Paul Heyman, let me tell you about this broom, okay? No, just something like that. But wow, that was good. That was a good little talk ski. I think that's I think that not necessarily that the promo is underappreciated, but I think it's something that more people really need to take into consideration when it comes to pro wrestling, because at the end of the day, it's storytelling. And how can you only tell a story just in the ring? You can. There have been a lot of stories told in the ring. We've seen stories finished in the ring, just like Cody Rhodes. But no, I think that, the promo is, I'm not going to say underrated, but I think that it deserves a little bit more
respect
on its name. It deserves a little bit respect for sure. But Well, guys, hey, let us know who do you think are some of the best promos in wrestling history? Do you think we're right? Do you think we're wrong? Do you think I did right by picking Solo Sikoa to fill in for Mommy because now she's hurt? Here's another thing too. I'll get into paid ski about who I almost took, but I think I made the right choice. I think you did. I'm just sitting back waiting for Backlash, man, because this first pay-per-view is going to really be telling of
what way the landscape's going to change.
Yeah, but I mean, 12 months and 12 pay-per-views is a long time. And even more than 12 because there's going to be NXTs as well.
Well, I mean, technically NXT doesn't do any PLEs anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Only before WrestleMania and SummerSlam.
But, I mean, they're still considered a PLE for NXT, and I would still be getting points for them.
For those two, but, like, the way it used to be, like, before every pay-per-view there was a PLE, now they just do all their fucking shit on the USA Network, so that doesn't really count as a PLE to my book.
No, you're completely not paying attention to what NXT is doing. They absolutely still do PLEs.
Not as much as they used to is what I'm saying.
That's not my point. My point is I picked people that are probably going to be getting called up.
Yeah.
And even if they don't, then I still get NXT points.
Okay.
Ilya Dragunov is getting called up in this draft. He fucking is. There's no question in my mind. But, all right, gang, we're going to go ahead and skedaddle out of here. We're going to be rolling into paid ski. Don't really know what we're going to be getting into on paid ski.
I got a little topic I want to start off with.
Got a little topic for paid ski? All right, yeah. So Madrox is going to lead this episode of Paid Show. Again, exclusively patreon.com/MadBash Studios at that $5 and above tier. For those of you that are on the Patreon, we'll see you there. If not, man, you're missing out. Paid Show is a really fucking good time. I really enjoy it. You can find me on Instagram at DW_mischievous_rabbit. Michael Madrox, you just knock on his door. You can find him hanging out. But yeah, for those of you on the Patreon, we'll see you on Paid Ski.